Welcome to Logitech G Drive to Win series episode 13. My name is Suellio Almeida, professional racing driver and coach and creator of the Motor Racing Checklist. In this video, we'll talk about elevation and camber changes. Elevation and camber changes directly alter the amount of mechanical grip available. These changes are commonly ignored, and some of the most tricky corners can be solved when we start paying attention to them. Let's start with the definitions and what to do when we encounter them on track. 1. Compressions. Compressions are elevation changes that increase the amount of available grip. They happen when we start going upwards from a flat track or when we start to go flat coming from a downhill. The car will become heavier on that transition since we're crashing against the track, increasing tire contact and traction. Through a good quality force feedback wheel and especially a direct drive wheel like the Logitech G Pro, you will feel these transitions clearly. On compressions, we can ask for more from the car. Turn more, accelerate more, and brake more. A famous example is the braking zone into the first turn at the Circuit of the Americas. There we have a huge compression where we can brake as much as 20% harder without locking the tires. Another example is the braking zone into the chicane at Road Atlanta. Right before the corner, we're going downhill, but at the braking zone, the track goes back to flat, creating a compression that allows us to brake much harder. Examples of compressions during corners include the first corner at Road Atlanta, where towards the apex, the track goes up, creating a compression that increases the amount of rotation the car is able to do. Crests, or decompressions, are the opposite of compressions, where the track starts going further down and we start falling away from it, making the car lighter and decreasing contact between the tires and the track. There will be less mechanical grip available and we should be more patient. We will need to turn less, accelerate less, and brake less. A famous example is the exit of turn 1 at Red Bull Ring, where the track starts falling on the exit, decreasing drastically the amount of available grip and causing exit oversteer. Another example is the braking zone into the corkscrew at Laguna Seca, where the track starts falling after we start braking, causing loss of braking performance and forcing us to release the brakes on top of the crest, and then coming back up on the braking pressure after the track gets flatter right before we start turning. Camber changes work more or less like crests and compressions. On camber means the track is tilted towards the direction we're turning, increasing cornering grip, and off camber means the track is tilted outwards, making our car fall outside of the corner, decreasing cornering grip drastically. The secret here is to concentrate stress on compressions and banked or cambered corners, since we'll have the extra grip there, and plan to go straighter or brake less on crests and off-camber corners. On a corner where there's a crest on exit, for example, the fastest approach is to rotate more on entry, increasing the density of rotation on entry, so that the car finds itself with most of the rotation done already before the crest, and then going straighter on the crest with the car already pointing to the exit correctly. Trying to force too much rotation on top of the crest is always frustrating and will never work efficiently. On corners with compressions and on camber, try to concentrate the rotation on these areas to maximize the rotation performance and decrease lap times. If we apply that, we're achieving our drive to win mission. On the next episode, we're building on everything we learned so far with racecraft techniques.